Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Scholars Progress. Now, this is going to be a series where we catch up with some of our former students to see where they are now and if they actually succeeded in their quest to get their IELTS score and to go on to live their dreams after that. Today, my guest is Sean from Taiwan, and we're going to be finding out what he scored and where he is now. So, Sean, welcome to the show.
Yes. Hello.
Hi. How are you doing?
It's quite fine. I've been to Singapore for 2 months, 3 months already.
Wow. Okay. So you're in Singapore now. What did you get in your IELTS test?
Oh, I got an 8 in IELTS.
Okay. Excellent. And you took some other exams as well, didn't you?
Oh, yes. I also scored 111 on TOEFL tests and 1530 on the SAT test.
Right. So you did really, really well. And now you've made it to Singapore.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have
I
a good
applied with those scores?
So yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. And so what university are you studying at now?
Oh, I'm currently year 1 studying electrical and electronic engineering in NTU, Singapore.
Great. So why did you choose Singapore?
I think it's first of all because of its academic reputation. It's got sort of like a high ranking, and if you look at the employment rates or the salary and like the international attention Singapore gets, it's definitely an ideal place to go abroad. And it's also close to my home country. So if anything happens, I can also go home right away, very convenient. So that's why it's my top choice.
Right. So is it living up to your expectations?
Oh yes. All the academic stuff is quite rigorous at the moment. And studying in an all English environment definitely improves my language ability to another level.
And are you coping with the English?
Oh yes, I'm doing quite fine because I'm already used to doing the long reading in IELTS tests. So reading the textbooks kind of feels more or less the same thing.
Okay, so it's going to be what 4 years of IELTS feeling and your degree course.
Yes.
So, do you have many classmates then? Do you get to interact with people?
Oh yes. And also we have a lot of group projects in writing classes or in laboratory experiments. You all need to communicate and write or speak together. And also on the weekends or even on some weekday nights, you hang out with friends. So definitely you interact with people a lot.
And what are the words you use most often?
Chicken and beef when I'm ordering at the school canteens.
Yeah. So yeah, even a simple level of English can be useful.
Yes.
When you're living over there, are your lecturers teaching you in English?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
And
how are you finding that? Can you understand them easily? Is it a different kind of accent in Singapore, isn't it?
Oh, I think lecturers, their accent tends to be more neutral. Locals sometimes trying to understand what they say can be a bit challenging. You sort of get the hang of it as you stay here longer.
Okay, great, excellent. So, what were the challenges that you faced when you were in Taiwan originally, and we had lessons for a while, and then you succeeded in your getting good scores in all your exams that you took. What were the challenges you faced when you came to choose what university you wanted to go to?
I think a big problem of choosing a school abroad is it's not choosing a local university, because a local university sort of its reputation not just by online statistics, but you hear people talk about it around you. But when you're searching for university overseas, you tend to you look at their website, you look at news articles, but that's probably it. Sometimes you don't know the reality until you go there.
Okay.
But luckily,
is the reality very different, or is it what you expected?
I think it's a bit different, but it's still living up to my expectations.
Great. And how is it different? Because I mean, I think people watching will be interested in that because they're going through the same problems. How is it different to what you expected, and how could they avoid any problems like that?
Oh, when I say different, it's not in a negative context. Like
Uh-huh.
before I came here, I thought like maybe the university is kind of like the schools in my hometown. Maybe there are more extracurricular activities.
Hmm.
Like you need to participate in student activities.
Uh-huh.
Like here, I found like they focus more emphasis on like academic, and they also have more rigorous courses, more like hands-on lessons, more exchange opportunities. So
Hmm.
it's totally exceeding my like expectations in a sense.
Oh, okay, great. So exchange opportunities, what kind of exchange opportunities are those?
Oh, you exchange with top schools in the world, though you have to fight for the
Hmm.
few spots. But like you can go to the UK, the US, China, Japan, like,
Right.
and they're all in the top schools.
Okay. Have you got any plans to try and get on one of those programs?
Oh yes, definitely. In
Yeah.
year three or year two semester two, most students go on an exchange. In
Hmm.
fact, the exchange rate I think is like more than half here.
Okay. And
So
where would
it's
you
quite
like to go
popular.
if you had the choice?
I think I would definitely like go to the UK or the US, like sort of
Hmm.
like because I'll get accustomed to like whole English learning environment like
Hmm.
as I study here longer. So
Uh-huh.
I think it feels good like if I continue doing so during my exchange programs.
Right, excellent. And I guess that all those high scores that you got in those different tests, including IELTS, will hopefully help you in that competition with other students to get over there. And let me know if you need any help in your preparations there when it comes closer to that time. Yeah, so great. This all sounds very, very interesting. So when you have you got any tips for how people can get past all the propaganda on the advertising, the marketing language on the websites, and actually see the truth behind what is said about a university?
Oh, I think a good part of our school is like, at least for my program, like
Hmm.
you can come here before you even decide to enroll. Like
Uh-huh.
school starts in July, but like in May they invited us over. Like the whole program was free. You
Hmm.
get to see around the schools, you talk to professors, you
Hmm.
listen to students talk. Like
Uh-huh.
it's all free. Even if in the end you don't decide to enroll in the university, like they don't charge you any fees at all.
Okay. Wow, that sounds
So I
good. So
think
did you actually stay there during that time?
oh yes, I went on a 5-day trip in May over
Uh-huh.
here, and I
Uh-huh.
spent 1 to 2 days in the school.
Uh-huh.
And like after that, I decided to enroll in the school.
Did they give you accommodation?
Oh, nope, not at the moment, but you can
Yeah.
apply for it. But I didn't choose to apply.
Okay, but you could have applied, got some accommodation, and
Yeah.
had a few 3 days walking around the university, talking to people to choose. So that's very interesting to know. I'm sure a lot of people can take advantage of that when moving over there. And of course, your education is all in English, isn't it? So your English lessons have been very useful, I guess, for that. So,
Yes.
yeah, having arrived there, then what has been the hardest thing for you? Do you think?
Mm, I think it's just overall like managing everything.
Uh-huh.
Like in the past, I've never lived by myself before,
Hmm.
so like, everything's sort of like arranged. And also
Hmm.
in like high school, middle school,
Yeah.
like you don't like arrange your own lessons. You don't
Hmm.
get to choose to like which class you go to, which class you don't go to.
Yeah.
It's all a matter of choice here.
Yeah.
You cannot like get everything.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So,
Sometimes you have to like find a balance between everything.
and you found that to be hard, I guess. Then at the beginning, are you getting used to that now?
Oh yes, I think my life is sort of like balanced out a bit now.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Did you get any culture shock?
Oh yes, quite a lot. But
Okay.
like I think it's at first it's mainly because of like the accent.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
when I
So you,
went to like the orientation camps, like for the first 2 days, oh, I really cannot understand anything.
but you soon tuned in the end to what people were saying.
Yeah.
You can so you can understand them. Yeah, good. I mean, is the what do people eat in Singapore then? Is it chicken and beef, or is that your preference?
Oh, I think it's still like mainly like Chinese cuisine here.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of Chinese cuisine around, and they also quite enjoy like Japanese food. Like you go out, like Japanese restaurants are always like people wait in line for hours.
So people, it's very orderly, safe, and secure. Is it?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think the law is quite strict here, so it's very safe.
Okay, good. But you don't have any problems staying within the strict laws. Are you allowed chewing gum?
I'm actually not sure about that, but they definitely don't sell gum at schools.
No, so yeah, I mean that's what a lot of people say. Is that I'm not sure what the truth is there, but you're finding it relaxed enough, are you? It's not too strict for you. You're able to sort of fit into the culture without any problems.
Yes.
Yeah, great, good. So I mean, what do you have? Do you have a life outside university? Do you get to do anything apart from study?
Oh yes. So sometimes I still go out with people, like for example, like hop on the MRT and just go to the city center to do some shopping. Or and like last month I also watched 2 movies, and I also like enjoy playing mobile games, and like some mobile games you even like get to interact with locals because they play the same game with you.
Okay, I don't know that game at all. I'm from the wrong generation. Is this on a sort of an app? Is it kind of something you play on your phone or computer?
Yeah, you like mobile apps. Like sometimes you find they play the same mobile games with you.
Okay, is that outside or inside? How do you play those games? Are you sitting at your computer when you do this, or how does that work?
Oh, it's like sort of like you use like personal messaging, like, and then like you communicate with each other, like when do you want to play, and like you form a team,
okay,
and you just play online together.
Okay, great.
Every word, every time.
All in English.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Locals they all type in English.
Okay.
So sometimes some like local words, I still haven't figured out what they mean yet.
Okay. You can tell me later, perhaps, when you actually figure out a lot of the local colloquialism. And that's so difficult, isn't it, getting used to colloquial language, because what you learn from as a standard English is never really spoken anywhere. It's a little bit different everywhere that you go. Even in the UK, every city has its own colloquialisms. So yeah, excellent. So it sounds like you're studying hard. I'm not sure you'll be having fun exactly with the level of work that you'll be expected to produce there. But have you got any plans for life after university and after Singapore?
Oh yes. Because my tuition fees I don't have to pay for them all. The government sort of like pays more than half of my tuition fees, so I need to serve a 3-year bond after graduation. So basically, in the long run, I haven't decided yet, but like at least 7 years from now, I'm still in Singapore.
Okay, so by then you'll be working, I guess, in a company in Singapore and getting a bit of experience in an English working environment then.
Yes.
Yeah, what kind of a job would you apply for?
At the moment, because I haven't decided like which area I'm focusing on. But at the meantime, I'm hoping like I'm doing some software jobs.
And there's plenty of jobs available, is there?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
They always have like a job fair, career like fair towards the end of graduation.
So anyone who gets their Band 8, they can get a place at Singapore University, get a good scholarship, paying a lot of their course fees, and then afterwards they also get a job in Singapore and get some experience under their belt as well. Is that right?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it sounds excellent.
The key is always good scores.
The key is always good scores. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, do you have any advice for people then following in your footsteps? And this has been quite interesting to find out how things are going for you, and any tips, anything that will make life easier for the people following you.
or maybe just like because preparing for university, you take like 2 or 3 tests, and some you can take earlier. Like if you can take it earlier, you take it earlier.
Uh-huh.
Like if you have everything spread out instead of like all of them crammed into the last year,
Okay.
like feels much better.
Uh-huh.
You sort of like feels like you gradually reach your goals instead of like suddenly like a 1 year crash course.
Okay. Is that what happened to you? You did everything at the end?
Oh no, I scattered it out.
Yeah, I remember
I
you
looked
taking a
like
step.
some friends
Mhm.
beside me. Like last year they had to work really hard.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And they aged quickly, did they?
Oh no, and they still did quite well in the end, and they survived.
Okay, so give yourself enough time. That's important advice, really, because you'll be amazed how many people come to me saying, "Dear Andy, I've got an IELTS test this Saturday. Can you help me?" It's not enough time to help somebody, and also it's unreasonable, really, to expect that a good teacher would be available at short notice. So, if you do find a teacher available at short notice, you should probably be a bit suspicious about that, right? So yeah, give yourself plenty of time to prepare, and especially for the IELTS test, it can take a long time. Cambridge say it takes 200 hours to improve by half a band in IELTS. Now, my students often do that a lot faster, as you know, but yeah, give yourself plenty of time. Very good advice, very good tip. Anything else, Sean?
I don't think so.
Okay, so I think we just about run out of time anyway. So it's been really good catching up with you and seeing how things are going. I've been teaching you since you were living at home in Taiwan with your parents, and now you're footloose and fancy-free almost in Singapore, and obviously thriving in that university environment. And also you have your job and future career partially mapped out before you, so that's fantastic. If anyone would like to see how Sean scored his band 8, then just visit my website, englishwithanexpert.com, and there's plenty of advice on there which will help you to follow along in Sean's footsteps here. So thank you very much, Sean. It's been great catching up with you, and yeah, keep in touch. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.